Sorry about that interruption, guys. The camera, I thought I had set it to do continuous recording, but it cut off. Okay, so as I was saying in the previous video, right, where I got cut off, I was talking about, like, I was studying the science of trading, and it didn't matter if I was a high school or a college dropout. You know, I spent enough time, you know, in high school to understand what the scientific process was and how to experiment with something. So whenever I heard a trader say something to me, I always questioned whether or not that was true or not by actually going out there and testing it, okay? Now, obviously, I'm not like a professional scientist or something, okay? I'm just a, you know, what do they call that? I do my testing based on anecdotal data, meaning that I accumulated the data and studied it myself. I didn't, you know, it was rare that I had data from other people that I could use, okay? So, I mean from other researchers, okay? So that was number 6, is studying the science. I got my cheat sheet here in front of me too, guys, if you're wondering why I keep looking down, okay? So, studying the science of trading was reason number 6 that allowed me to become a $1 million trader, was because I never stopped researching and learning for different ways to become a better trader, okay? So, number 7, okay, is to recognize the profitable versus the unprofitable traders, okay? One of the mistakes that I made that was very huge in my early years was that when I was learning different trading strategies, I learned it from unprofitable traders, okay? There are different types of traders out there, and I did not know that. I did not know how to distinguish or differentiate between the different types of traders, okay? And let me share with you guys the different types of traders that we have out there, okay? There are people that talk about trading and investing, okay? They have a really good talk game, okay? That means that, you know, in the ghetto where I grew up, there's a saying that whenever we say that someone has a good talk game, that means they can run their mouth and they can talk so much stuff about that subject matter, but when it comes down to doing it, they cannot actually do it, okay? So these people right here are the people that I call good. They're really good at talking trading, okay? But they themselves cannot actually do what they talk about, okay? Like when they talk about, you know, taking your losses or, you know, sizing your bets correctly, they know that. They know that, hey, you know what? This trade is going against me. I need to get out. I need to get out. But they actually won't do it. Okay? They know that, hey, when the market's running up, you have to sell into strength. You have to sell into momentum and take profits. They know that. It's not like they don't know it. But when it's time to do it, emotionally, they cannot do it. Emotionally, they don't have the skills to actually do it and pull the profits out. They just sit there and freeze like a deer in headlights. Like, you know. Okay? So, number 2 is that there are traders that can say it, but they can also do it also, okay? Not only can they talk about it, but they can also do it, okay? Then there's a third group of traders where they are traders, okay? And not only do they, okay, so these traders, they can talk it and they can do it, but they cannot teach it to someone else. However they figured out how to trade, you know, they are incapable of explaining it to another human being to do what they do, okay? So these two, I really don't pay too much attention to them because this one doesn't make any money trading. This one makes money from trading, but they don't know how to explain it to me. So I can't learn from that person, okay? The third type of person that I look for in trading are the people that know how to trade. They not only talk it, but they can actually do it. Okay, they can talk trading, they can do trading, and they know how to teach trading to other people so to do the same thing they are. Okay, those are the people that I'm looking for. Okay, and in the fourth category of traders are the traders who can do this, right? And they have the unique ability because they're so experienced and they're so knowledgeable about trading. These people can actually come up with new stuff. In other words, they can innovate and invent new stuff. They're capable of, you know, like they've had so much experience, they've made enough money, where they've had enough trades under their belt, where they have enough experience now, they understand the science of trading, and they can now, if you put those people in a completely new market that has never been traded before, they will figure out how to trade and become profitable in that market. And myself and my team members, I put us in this category, in this range right here, okay? Because we were successful in trading stocks, futures, Forex, options, and then when we got into the crypto space, right? And we had been teaching people for many, many years how to trade stocks, futures, Forex, options. We had a background in that, okay? And so when we entered the crypto market, right, even though with all that background in trading, we came to the crypto market and we still got knocked in the head multiple times and lost tons of money, okay? And usually the losses came from not understanding how the computer security and how to properly secure your coins, how to transfer it correctly, and doing just basic stuff that was not really a big deal in the stock market, but coming into the crypto market, it was a huge deal, okay? Like, you know, for example, like, you know, when we first got into Litecoin, right? It was like 50 cents and it ran up to like, what was it? It ran up to like $5? No, $50, right? Back in 2013. I mean, we had never seen something like that before, right? So we lost a ton of money not taking profits when we were supposed to, because we had never seen something like that in the stock market before, right? So now we've learned from that multiple times. Many incidents like that have happened. So now we know how to take profits slightly different than we would in the stock market or the Forex market, okay? So number 7 is what I'm still talking about, is recognizing the profitable from the unprofitable traders, okay? These are the guys that you want to talk to, okay? Not just this guy over here, he's profitable. You really don't want to talk to him because he's just confused the hell out of you when you talk to him because he doesn't know how to explain stuff. Some people just don't know how to explain what they're doing. It's not just in trading, it's in art, it's in mechanics, it's in engineering, it's in medicine. There's a lot of fields that people, they might know how to do it, but they just are not good at explaining it, okay? They're not teachers, okay? So these are the people that you want to look for. Now, how do you find these people? How do you find these people? And I'll just give you some very, very simple clues to how you can find these people, right? One is that you look at their lifestyle, right? Are they going to work? Are they still working 9 to 5? Are they still, I mean, what are they doing? If they are $1 million trader, more than likely they are going to be too busy focusing on trading and managing their portfolio. They're not going to have very much time for other stuff. Okay, and if they're not managing their portfolio, then they are pretty much, you know, relaxing or chilling, okay? And then if they also, are they concerned about money? Like when you are around them, do they appear to be concerned about money? Okay? Are they worried about it? Okay? The guys that are $1 million traders, they're not concerned about money because if the guys really do have the skill of trading, they are not going to, they're confident. It's like, you know, I don't worry about going into a place and not knowing how to speak English because I know how to speak English, okay? I don't worry about going into a place and not knowing how to speak Spanish because I speak Spanish, okay? So I don't worry about those things. So whenever you see a guy that claims to be $1 million trader, but he's always worried about money, right? Then more than likely he's probably not there yet, okay? Maybe he's on his way, but he's not there already, okay? The other thing too is this, right? Is that if you look at a profitable trader, there should be 2 core skills, trading skills that they're focused on. One is sizing your bets correctly at the appropriate times, meaning that if you have a $100,000 portfolio, how much of that do you put on the trade? And when do you do that? Like, should you put on 1% of your entire portfolio, 2% of your entire portfolio, 0.25% of your entire portfolio? In the traditional stock markets, right, I have never seen anyone that was consistently profitable when they risked more than 2% of their entire portfolio on one single trade, okay? In the crypto market, I would go as far as like 3%, right? Simply because the market is so inefficient that you can get away with a lot of stupid nonsense, okay? But as the market matures, like in 2017, right, I was telling my clients they can risk up to 5% of their entire portfolio on a coin, right? In 2018, I had to cut that down to 3% because the market was becoming more efficient. And the more efficient that the market becomes, the less room for error that you have, okay? You really got to know what you're doing, excuse me. Okay, and I project that by 2019, for sure by about 2020, that I would for sure say that I would not recommend anyone risk more than 2% of their entire portfolio on a single coin by 2020 or 2021. Okay, because by the rate that the market is maturing and becoming more efficient, there's not going to be that much room for error like that in the future. So right now in 2018, you can get away with that, but later on, if you listen to this video in 2020 or more, do not risk more than 2% of your entire portfolio. In the stock market, when I'm coaching someone how to trade stocks, futures, and Forex, it's rare that I ever recommend someone risk more than 0.25% or 0.5% of their entire portfolio on a single position. That means that if I have a $100,000 portfolio, I would not risk 1% would be like $1,000. So 0.5% is like $500. 0.25% is $250. I would not risk more than $250 on a single trade. So if I got into a Forex position on the euro, right, and I would not take more than $250 loss on that trade, okay? Because the Forex market, the stock market, the futures market, those markets are extremely efficient. Okay, very, very efficient. So you don't have a lot of wiggle room to make mistakes. Okay, so you got to be small and tight and be really on point with it. Okay, so that's the profitable traders are going to be talking about things like controlling your bet size, your position size. Okay, how much of your portfolio you put onto a trade, and how do you capture big winners when you are right. Most traders that are profitable, the majority of the time, the majority of their trades do not make money, right? It's very, very common for trend traders like myself and many other trend traders to be wrong 2/3 of the time. However, we're still profitable, okay? So how is it possible that you can be wrong 2/3 of the time on your trades and still be extremely profitable? It's because we know how to capture big winners when we're right. That 1/3 of the time when we are right, we know how to squeeze the maximum amount of profits out of those profitable trades so that the profits are significantly bigger than the losses. So if, for example, if I make 10 trades and let's say 6 trades lose $1, that would be minus $6. But then if I make 3 trades that win $3 each, right? Then that's $9 of gain. You deduct the $6 of losses, and now you're up $3. Okay, that's just simple math, right? But that's how trading works. Most people don't realize that, okay? But that's how trading works for trend traders, okay? Scalpers in the short term, trading, that's completely different. But for trend traders, most of the profitable traders I know are all trend traders. I don't know of any consistently profitable scalpers out there, okay? I've never met a consistently profitable scalper, and I have met hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of traders, and I have not met one trader that was consistently profitable year in and year out scalping the markets, okay? So I'll talk about that in a different video, okay? But another sign of a profitable trader, okay, is that they are very cocky and very arrogant, okay? It seems very cocky and arrogant. Some people say I'm cocky, okay? And there is a reason for that. There's a reason for that, right? And most profitable traders will not tolerate bullshit from other traders that are not profitable. The guys that are profitable traders, they know who they are. They know who they are. When you talk to them, right, you are not going to tell them some shit and they're going to sit there. They're usually, if they're going to talk to you, they're not going to let you say stupid shit that's going to cause other people to lose money. Like if we're in a circle and we're in a group of people and I hear you saying something stupid that's going to cause other people in the group to lose money, I'm going to put my foot down and put a stop to it because I know that that does not make money, okay? And the profitable traders, one of the things that they all understand is that not too many people get to the level that we're at, okay? Not too many people get here to our level. So they know that. They know that most people quit, most people give up, most people are uneducated about it, so they always try to explain it and help out people when they can, okay? And they're very firm on it, okay, of what their process is. The gentleman the trader named Rick. Okay, he's in Denver right now, in the city of Denver, in the state of Colorado. He's in the middle part of the U.S. Right. He was the first trader that confirmed for me the science of trading and what I saw out in the markets. Okay, and what actually really worked. Okay, and when you meet him, he's very cocky. Okay, he's very standoffish, and he won't tolerate bullshit from anyone about trading because he's a real profitable trader. He's a consistently profitable trader. He trades the futures market, right, and the Forex market, and he's extremely, extremely profitable. And he just won't tolerate it when he sees other people talking stupid nonsense about trading, okay? So if you meet a trader that's very humble, that's very quiet, and doesn't, you know, let's just say very not contentious when it comes to talking about trading, right? More than likely, he's probably not profitable, okay? Because the ones that are profitable, they know when they finally break through to the other side and understand what trading is about and what makes you a profitable trader, they're not going to tolerate that nonsense, okay? Now, the unprofitable traders are very easy to recognize. The unprofitable traders, all you ever hear them talk about is technical analysis. That's all you hear them talk about, okay? And on their charts, they draw 1,000 squiggly lines, 1,000 shapes, 1,000 arrows on there. And you look at it and you can't even see the line charts anymore. You can't even see the candlesticks anymore. And man, that is just crazy, right? The unprofitable traders also like to use indicators and oscillators, and man, they dive deep into it, okay? They go into, oh, when this happens, these two lines cross over here, and they cross over there, and they meander over here, and then they're all in the clouds, and you know, all this stupid nonsense, right? None of those guys are profitable traders, man. When I meet those guys, you know, the first thing I ask them is, how much money are you putting on that trade? You just did that technical analysis. You said that's where to get in. How much money are you willing to put on that? Okay? Because on our team, whenever I do technical analysis, and right, I have carte blanche. Okay? Carte blanche means white letter. That means, you know, in the old days in Europe, you know, if you got the white letter from the emperor, from the king, from the pope, and you come down and you say, hey, the pope has given me permission to, you know, sleep with all the first brides or all the virgins in the town, or hey, I get to, you know, collect taxes from everyone. That white letter gives you power and authority and permission to do whatever you want. That's what carte blanche means, okay? It means the white letter, okay? So on our team, you know, you guys know that my co-host and my business partner is LeonFu.com, the Honorable Grandmaster, the legendary Oracle of crypto, and I also have David Fong, right, in Puerto Rico right now. And these guys, we have all made an agreement between the three of us, right, as the founders of this channel and everything, is that whenever one of us does the analysis on the markets, we have carte blanche, meaning that we have permission from each other. We have an agreement, a gentleman's agreement, that any one of us can put on a trade up to $100,000. Okay, that means that if I do technical analysis on a coin or that I like, right, not only do I put money on it myself, but I can put up to $100,000 for Leon or for David. And I can call them up the next day and say, hey man, this is a good trade. I found it, you know. You need to put, you know, I put, you know, $80,000 on it for you. I put $100,000 on it for you. Okay, this has happened several times with me and Leon. Okay, I think the last one I did for him, right? You know, I put over $100,000 on it. You know, and I can do that without even asking him for permission, right? So whenever you hear people doing technical analysis, the first thing I would ask is, how much money are you putting onto that? How many Bitcoins are you putting onto that trade? Because people can do all the analysis that they want, but until they put money onto that trade, right, it doesn't mean anything to me. It means absolutely nothing to me. Okay, so just be aware of that. Okay, and hopefully that helps you, you know, understand, you know, some of just the basic things about traders and how they are profitable or unprofitable. Okay, is how much money are they putting on it? Okay, so that was number 7. okay, is to recognize the profitable and unprofitable traders. Number 9, okay, number 8 is controlling your bet size. Okay, the reason why I became $1 million trader is because I had the ability and I understood and knew how and could execute the ability to control my bet size. Okay, again, bet size on Wall Street, they like to call it position sizing. Okay, bet size means that if I have a $100,000 portfolio, how much of that money am I going to put on Bitcoin? How much of that money am I going to put on Ethereum? How much money am I going to put on each one of these coins? Okay, to see if I'm right. You know, I anticipate that Bitcoin is going up. I anticipate Ethereum is going up. How much money of my portfolio am I going to put on that to test and see if I'm right? Okay, like I said, in the traditional stocks, futures, and Forex, I do not recommend more than 1/4% or 1/2 of 1%. Okay, so meaning on a $100,000 portfolio or account, in the traditional stock, futures, and Forex and options market, I would not recommend anyone risk more than 1/4%, which is $250 on $100,000, or $500, which is 1/2% on $100,000 on that trade. So if I get into buy some Apple stocks and I put $500 on that trade, if something goes wrong and that position, that trade goes down and I lose $500, I'm out. I am out. I have lost so many times having big winners in my trading account that at this point in my life, you know, I'm in my mid-40s right now. I don't have time to jack around with that. That's a losing trade. So be it. 2/3 of my trades always lose money. I'm not worried about it. I know that I just got to be there and know how to capture that big winner when I am right on the other 1/3 that I am profitable on. Okay, so I don't worry about it. I scratch that trade. It's a loss. Let it go. Time to move on to the next trade. Okay, so in the cryptocurrency market, we may go up to, right now at this moment when I'm making this video in 2018, you know, we can get away with like, you know, 3%. But just keep in mind, guys, just 12 months ago, I was willing to risk up to 5%, and now 12 months later, I'm only willing to risk up to 3%, and I'm not telling any of my clients to risk more than 3%, because mathematically, right, it's not going to work in your favor, right? And I anticipate that by 2020, 2021, I'm not going to be risking more than 2%. And when I say 2%, that doesn't mean that you go in with just 2%. When I say 3%, that doesn't mean that, hey, I want to buy Bitcoin, I'm put 3% on it. That's not what I mean. You get like 1/4% at a time, you know, risk a little bit at a time, a little bit at a time, a little bit at a time. You don't just put all in, okay? You never go all in and you never come all out, okay? There's not too many absolutes like guaranteed, always, never. Words like that, you rarely hear me say that in trading, okay, or investing. But in this particular case, I will say it, we never ever want to go all in or all out. A little bit in at a time and a little bit out at a time, okay? So that's number 8 is controlling the bet size, okay? Number 9 is knowing how to capture big winners when we're right. Remember, in trading, when you trade the traditional markets like stocks, futures, Forex, options, things like that, right? A lot of times we don't, what do you call that? When we capture big winners in the traditional markets, usually it doesn't go up tremendously. Like when you're up in the stock market, you may be up 2 or 3%, 4% on your portfolio. And one trade may cause your account to go up 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, maybe even 5%. It's rare that you get into any trade in the traditional markets that will jump your account from, you know, $100,000 to $200,000 and make a 1x or a 100% return right away. You know, you got to make multiple trades to get it up to that, right? Or you got to let that trade run for several months or years to get it up to 100%. But in crypto, that 100% can happen in 5 minutes. It can happen in 1 hour. It can happen in 1 day. It can happen in 1 week or 1 month or 1 year. So because of that, when you're right, you have to know how to capture that, okay? So as a reference point, based on the hundreds of traders that I have worked with, right, I would say that if, let's just say that in 2017, if Bitcoin went from $1,000 to $20,000, let's just use that as an example. If you were a good trader and you got into Bitcoins at $1,000 and the price ran up to $20,000, if you told me, right, if you're a professional trader, you're an experienced trader, you're a veteran trader, and you told me, hey, I captured, right, 2/3 of that move, right? So there's like, let's just round it off, there's like $18,000 worth of profit in there, right? Let's just say that you told me, hey, you made about $12,000 profit off of that move when Bitcoin went from 1,000 to 20,000. I would say, you know what, that's really good. I would pat you in the back, shake your hand, bump this, and say you did a fantastic job, right? Because you captured roughly about 2/3 of that entire move on that trend, okay? From $1,000 to $20,000. Now, if you're an amateur, you're a beginner, you have no clue what the hell you're doing, and you're just starting out, and you were able to capture like 20 to 30%, a quarter to about 1/3 of that entire move. So let's say that you got in at $1,000, right, and you're an amateur, right, and Bitcoin went up to $20,000. If somehow or another you were able to capture about $5,000 or $6,000 of that move, then I would pat you on the back and say that you did a good job. Because most amateurs and most beginning traders or most uneducated traders, they'll let it go to 20,000, come right back down to 1,000 and do nothing about it, okay, and make no money off of it, okay? So the fact that you captured and you pulled out a quarter to 1/3 of that move up to $20,000, I would congratulate you on that, okay? Because I don't see too many traders that's able to, and the idea that somebody can capture like, you know, the entire move from 1,000 all the way to 20,000 and capture 100% of that profit, they might be able to, you might get lucky, and I might get lucky and do that once a month or once a year or once every like 50 or 100 trades or something like that. But that's not something that you can reliably build a trading plan or a trading system around. Okay, that's not realistic at all. Okay, so just let that go out of your head. If you think that that's going to be something that you can do consistently all the time, you're not going to be able to do that consistently every time on every trade when you're right. Okay, so that's number 9, is knowing how to capture that big winner when you're right. Remember, most trend traders are only right about 1/3 of the time. Okay, the other 2/3 of the time they're wrong. Okay, so during that 1/3 of the time that you're right, you have to be able to capture so much of that profit that it covers up all the losses. It makes up for all the losses in the other 2/3 of the losing trades. Okay, now that's in the traditional stocks, futures, forex, and options market. In the crypto market, I have seen people be right on over 50% of their trades. I've done that before. Okay, but here's the thing, guys. You got to know when something is skill and when something is luck, which leads us up to the 10th and last reason that I became a millionaire trader, and while others failed around me, okay, is that I had the ability, right, or I developed or I practiced the ability to recognize when something is skill versus when something is luck, okay? When I made my first $1 million, when I grew my portfolio, my first $1 million, when I got it up to $1 million, right? I'm in my mid-40s. It took me over 40-something years to make my first million, right? I think like 44 years, something like that. 45. I don't know. Depending on how you want to count it. Okay. Basically, I didn't make my first million until I was in my mid-40s already. Okay. Now, my second million that I made, right, only took a few months, okay? My third million that I made, right, that I was able to grow my portfolio to, you know, that only took like a week, okay? Now, what's the difference between 1 week, a few months, and 40-something years, okay? The 40-something years, I know for a fact that that was skill. That was skill that I practiced and I trained and I learned, and over many, many years and thousands of trades, I learned how to acquire the skill and understand the science of trading and be able to apply it in the markets correctly to where I can make that, okay? The second time was also skill. The second million that I grew, that was also skill. But the third million, when I made it, right, is the first time that I was able to grow my portfolio, right, you know, $1 million in gains in 1 week, right? That was luck. See, I know that. I know that that was luck. I know that I cannot do that consistently, right? I know that I cannot do that consistently. The market, I had the trading skills, right? I had the experience. The market gave me an opportunity. I pounced on it. I jumped on it. I capitalized on it. And I was able to grow my portfolio that much, okay? That was luck, okay? And you guys got to be aware it's very, very important to understand when you do something that is just luck and something that is real skill, okay? Real skill. Because the reason why is because real skill can be replicated, it can be repeated, it can be duplicated, it can be taught to others, okay? Now, the things that are luck in trading, there's nothing that you can do to do that. Like, I'll give you an example. One of my best stock trading days ever was the crash. I think it was in May of 2010. There was a flash crash when the market fell like 1,000 points. The Dow Jones fell like 1,000 points that day. That was one of my best stock trading days ever, okay, in the history of my personal trading. The reason was because I happened to be in front of the computer. I happened to know about how to trade stocks. I had already the skills and everything. And by that, the minute I saw the market tank, I did not know what to do when I saw the market drop 300 points, 400 points, 500 points, 600 points, 700 points during the crash of '08. And I saw that, and I used to beat myself up for it, thinking that, man, I could have shorted that. I mean, if I would have held on longer, I could have made more money. I could have done this. I could have done that. I could have done a lot of things, right? And I told myself that, and I rehearsed it in my mind, if this ever happens again, the market ever just crashes 500 points, 800 points, 1,000 points, this is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. And I kept rehearsing that over and over and over for over 2.5 years. For over 2 years, I kept rehearsing that in my head, and I kept looking at my trade log, kept looking at my notes, and I kept saying to myself, if this ever happens and I'm in front of the computer, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to capitalize on it, okay? And I did, okay? In 2010, I happened to be in front of the computer. I turn on everything. I look at the markets, and then all of a sudden, after I got ready to trade, right, boom, the market starts tanking, right? And the Dow started falling and falling and falling, and I was there, and I jumped on it, and I capitalized it, and was there execution skills that I could have done a lot better? Today, if the market ever crashes 1,000 points and I'm in front of the computer, I am going to make so much money, it's going to be ungodly, okay? But that's luck. I have the skills, but the luck is not there yet, okay? The luck is that the market conditions are not there for me to apply those specialized skills, right? I promise you, you put me and any trader in front of me, the market crashed 1,000 points, I promise you I will pull out more points out of the market than any trader around me, okay? Why? Because I've made those mistakes before, I had a chance to recover from it, learn from it, and then I figured out how to do it the next time, okay? So that the next time when that opportunity presents itself in front of me, I'm gonna jump on it, okay? And so, whenever the market was running up to $20,000, when Bitcoin was running up to $20,000 and the entire market was running up to 850 billion market cap, there were weeks when I was in front of the computer and that opportunity presented itself and I was there and everything just came together. And to me, right, that was just luck. That was not something that I can replicate over and over. That's not something that my team can do over and over again, okay? But there's other things that we can do repeatedly, okay? So to sum it up, guys, real quick, right? The 10 reasons are, number one is to get educated, right? Do not try to figure this trading and investing stuff out on your own. You're gonna waste a lot of time, right? And a lot of money trying to figure it out. And hopefully you figure it out, okay? So number two is know Uncle Ned's. Do not listen to uneducated people when it comes to trading and investing, okay? Number three is do whatever it takes. I stood there on the street corner and I asked everybody that walked past me, hundreds and hundreds of people walked by before I finally got my $10,000, okay? So I can start my first trading account. Number four is ignore all the broke-ass haters, the trolls, the people who will never ever make anything of their life, okay? The people who, for whatever reason, they're lazy, they're not motivated, maybe they grew up in a wealthy family already, they have money already, they just don't care. Don't listen to those people, they're not gonna help you get there, okay? Listen to the people who are hungry, like I was. Listen to the people who are motivated to succeed in trading and investing. Listen to the people who have made it and are looking back and can give you some guidance on it, okay? Staying committed despite all the losses. Losses are a part of trading and investing, guys. We all, no matter, we can do the best analysis in the world, okay? But we can still get into that trade, get into that crypto, get into that stock, get into that options contract, and we can still lose money because it's out of our control, okay? So stay committed despite those small losses, okay? Look at the big picture, think long term. The next thing is studying the science of trading, understanding the mechanics of how trading works. How is it possible that you can lose more times than you win and still be profitable? That's what you need to know, okay? The other thing too is when you're learning, recognize the profitable from the unprofitable traders, okay? Eighth is control your bet size, your position size, and make sure that you don't, the losses, whenever you suffer a loss, that it's not so damaging that it destroys your entire account and you're out for 6 months. You have to go work 9 to 5 again, reload your account, and nonsense like that, okay? So number 9 is knowing how to capture big winners when you are right. Remember, the majority of the time, if you're a trend trader, the majority of the time, your trades do not make money. So the few times that your trades do make money and it does go in your favor, how do you squeeze the maximum profits out of that, okay? And number 10 is know the difference between trading skill versus trading luck, okay? You know, in the ghetto where I grew up, we say that every dog gets a bone one of these days, okay? If it digs through enough trash cans, sooner or later it'll find a bone, okay? And what I'm saying is that, you know, learn the skills that you can repeat over and over to consistently make you money so that you can take care of your family. Do not rely so much on luck. If you develop those skills, almost every year there will be a time when the market just hands you an opportunity and you get to apply all your skills, everything that you've learned, and you get to make a crap load of money, okay? There's no other profession, there's no other skill that I know of in the world that allows one human being to make $1 million on his own, okay? There are doctors out there that say they make $1 million, right? But you know what? They still need a staff, they still need nurses, they still need x-ray technicians and all the people to help them. There are lawyers out there that make $1 million a year, but they still need a team of paralegals, secretaries, and all kinds of people to help them, right? Trading is the only skill in the world that I know of where one human being can make $1 million on his own or on her own without the assistance of any other human being. Now, when you grow past that, you do need help. You need software, you need people to help you take it to the next level. But your first million, you can definitely do it on your own. And I hope that this video inspires you guys, right, to get off your butt, go take action, and do whatever it's necessary to become a successful trader. Because once you become a successful trader, your life changes, you can help out a lot more people. I would not sit here and have the time to broadcast and share this video and make this video for you guys if I was not financially free. If I was still trapped, you know, in working the 9 to 5, I would not have the freedom to do this to help you guys, okay? You can help out a lot more people being a millionaire than you can by being a broke ass, okay? Get that out of your head, right? You think that you make $40,000, $50,000 a year and you can help more people? No, you're not. Okay, you're not going to help more people by making $40,000, $50,000, $100,000 a year. You got to become a millionaire, a multi-millionaire, if you want to reach out and help more people out there in the world. Okay, and I hope that this video inspires you to go and pursue your dreams as a trader, as an investor. I hope this video motivates you to get off your butt and go take action. Okay, I've never met a millionaire that sits on his ass on a couch. Well, that's kind of ironic because I am sitting on a couch, right? But that sits on a couch and does nothing, okay? I've never met a successful trader that does nothing, okay? The average result of doing, the average profit of doing nothing is 0% profit, okay? So the other thing too, guys, is that if you guys like this type of video, if you guys like what I've shared with you, if you guys like this type of training and you guys want to learn from someone that has already crossed the minefield of trading and investing, and you don't want to get your arms blown off or your legs blown off stepping on the wrong spot, right? You need to go check out, hey guys, keep it quiet. right? You guys need to go check out www.cryptocurrency.market/blueprint, right? And get you a copy of the blueprint. Inside the blueprint, inside the cryptocurrency investing blueprint, I have myself, leonfu.com, David, we have consolidated everything that we have ever learned about trading and investing into one package, okay? That right there, in my opinion, is the undisputed best, the absolute best cryptocurrency investing training program on the planet. If you guys go through it and you guys don't like it, let me know so we can update it. Let me know once you guys go through it, try it out for 30 days. If you don't like it, let me know and I'll refund you your money back, right? There's no reason why you should pay for something if it doesn't help you make more money, okay? So go check it out. Let me know. We accept all kinds of cryptocurrencies. We are not one of these fake-ass cryptocurrency companies that say they're a cryptocurrency company and then they won't accept cryptocurrency as payment, okay? We accept any cryptocurrency payment for our cryptocurrency, for all our products and services, okay? As long as it's in the top 200 cryptocurrencies and there's liquidity, we can go trade it and stuff, we accept it, okay? We will accept Dogecoin long before we accept a US dollar or a euro for our products and services. Just remember that, okay? How many companies out there can say that they are a real cryptocurrency, okay? So thanks for watching this video, guys. Let me know in the comments, guys. Let me know the struggles that you're going through in trading and investing. Let me know, okay? And I'll share with you guys the things that I did to overcome those same obstacles, okay? Whatever obstacles that you face in trading and investing, trust me, I have already been through it dozens and dozens and dozens of times. Other traders have been through it dozens of times, and someone has already figured out a solution to it. That's something that you guys got to know, is that whatever it is that you're struggling with in trading, someone has already figured it out. It's rare, guys. I'm not, beating my chest or nothing here, guys, but it's rare that you are going to throw a trading hurdle or an issue at me that I have not encountered and suffered from dozens of times already. There's not. Matter of fact, I challenge anyone, right? I challenge anyone out there to present a trading problem that they have run into that I have not run into. I would like to learn that because that's going to open my eyes. That's going to help me learn something new, okay? So if you do that, I invite you to, I challenge you, and then if you actually present a problem in trading that I have not encountered, and I'll be honest, it's a gentleman's agreement. If you share a trading problem or issue with me that I have not personally encountered, right, I will send you a free copy of one of our book whenever we print it, okay? So I challenge you to do that, okay? So thanks for watching this video, guys. If you like it, go check out, follow me on Twitter at HeyTaiZen, okay? You can also go check out the cryptocurrency investing blueprint at www.cryptocurrency.market/blueprint. Thanks for watching this video, guys. Thanks for supporting our channel, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video.